Okay guys, we're going to start filming. This is the first video for the Yellow Belt series for Namido Jujitsu. We're going to show all the curriculum that I require every student to go up in rank. So we're going to teach the Japanese terminology as well as the formal bowing, everything that we do. So if you're running your school or you're going to follow right by Namido Jujitsu curriculum, this is what you want to do. So the first thing we're going to do is what we call a regular bow, which is an informal bow. So we're going to ask Matai to come to attention, and the terminology would be, I would tell him to kisuke. Kisuke means attention. And then rei, and then go to yoi. Yoi is a ready stance, okay? Now, when I have a formal class of jiu-jitsu, we generally will come in and bow in seiza. So I'm going to ask Matai to go to seiza. This is a kneeling bow, which is a formal bow. He sits back, he crosses his feet in the back, and he puts his hands on his hips, and he stands straight up. And normally we will open with prayer here, and then I'll ask him to rei, and he'll go with his hands in front, bow, and then come back to that position. I'm going to ask him to go to a quarter turn to the left to show. Okay. Quarter turn. Okay. Quarter turn. Right. And quarter turn. All right, then when he gets up to start, to go to yoi, he'll stand up with his left foot first, hand on the leg, or on the hip. He comes back up full stance. He will go to shinzentai, which means yoi, regular natural stance. Okay? Then I'm going to ask him now to step out with his hands up to a left zenkusu dachi, which is a left front stance, forward leaning stance. This stance is done by stepping forward to where your feet are 2 shoulders in length, 1 shoulder width. You want to have 70% of your weight on the front leg, 30% on the back leg. Head and shoulders is up, chest back. That way you're having good posture. And he's going to move forward and then move back. So he's going to use a C-step, bringing his rear foot up to the front and stepping out with a C-step motion to a right front stance. Move. And then he's going to step back. Then he's going to go to yoi. And then he's going to go to his left side, left front stance. Go. Move forward. Move back. Go to yoi. Then he's going to go to his right. Move forward. Move back. Notice when he moves forward or moves back, he doesn't stand up. He just keeps his front leg bent, and he slides the rear foot up, and then goes into his stance to maintain his center of gravity so that his head doesn't bounce up and down. You want to keep your center of gravity level. Okay? Go to yoi. That's the way you will go back to yoi. Now I'm going to have him step out to a kibudachi. Kibudachi means horse riding stance. That's going to be a 50-50 weight percentage, knees over toes. Toes are straight. You want to be squatting low. This is the stance we will use for our basic warm-up most of the time, but it can be used to a fighting stance if he turns to his left and goes to a kibudachi looking towards me. Okay? Notice how his center line is turned away from the attacker. He can fight in that particular stance. I'm going to ask you to go back to yoi. All right, that's going to be your kubidachi, which means horse riding stance. Now I want you to go out to with left foot out to a kokutsudachi. We said Zenkusudachi means forward leaning stance, Kokusudachi means back leaning stance. Notice that his feet are in the L position. We have two general rules of thumb. His toe can be in line with the back heel, his front toe in line with the back heel, or he can be with his front heel in line with the back heel. So therefore he has an L position. He's going to put 70% of his weight on the back leg. He's going to bend his front leg slightly, and he'll have 30% of his weight on the front foot. Hands up, and he's going to be good posture. And then he's going to rotate to his right. Or to your left, I'm sorry. Okay? And he'll quarter turn again. And again. And one more time to the front. All right, this is called a Kokusudachi. Go to your. All right, these are for yellow belt. These are the basic stances that you have to know for yellow belt. Now we're going to move forward into our basic Seikan punches. So I want him to step into a Kubidachi, horse riding stance, hands on the hip. We're going to have him extend his left hand and keep his right hand in chamber. Notice that he strikes through his inside, his center line. The center line is an imaginary line from the top of the head, goes down through the middle of the face, between the eyebrows, down through between his chest muscles, all the way down to the ground. So therefore, that's his center line. All of your vulnerable targets are in there. But also, this is your center of gravity. So you want to punch to the inside, and he strikes with the front two knuckles, the index and middle finger. He closes the fist, and he points those two knuckles forward, which locks his wrist and his elbow, and he should be striking at his solar plexus level. Always practice at your solar plexus level when you're doing basic punches. Now, what he'll do as he punches, he's going to twist his hand. His chambering hand will come forward, his punching hand will come back, and it will turn over. But both times, every time it strikes, it will touch the medium of his body, and it will touch the solar plexus. So I'm going to have him do it one more time slow. One more time slow. And then I will have him go ahead and snap the punch, and I will count it out to 10. I also want you to listen to the count, because you need to learn Japanese counting. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, six, hach, ku, ju. This is called a Seikan punch, basic punching. Now we'll double it up. Double punches means two punches, same area to the solar plexus. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, six, hach, ku, ju. Now we'll triple it up. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, six, hach, ku, ju. All right, go to your. Okay, just to give him a rest and let me tell what's going on here. With the basic punches, you'll notice that his shoulders remain straight. He doesn't overthrow his shoulders. He keeps them square. In other words, he doesn't rotate one shoulder further than the other one. All the power comes from the hips. So you want to actually pop your hips back and forth when you're punching, and you want to exhale when you're punching. Number one, that allows you to relax, and you're able to punch faster. It also allows you to put power into your punches. And it's also a countering technique, so that if someone counters your punch and hits you in the solar plexus, then it will protect you from having your air knocked out. Okay. Now we're going to have what we call a back fist strike. So he's going to go to his Kubidachi again, hands on the hips, and he's going to look to his left and stack for a left hand back fist strike. Notice that he is pointing his elbow at what he's striking at, and he's going to extend it, but he's going to whip it right back. So he'll hit with the back knuckles or the back of the fist. Okay? Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. I'll have him switch to the other side stacking. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. All right? And that's an Uriken Zuki. That's called a back fish strike. Uriken Zuki. All right, go to Yoi. I'm going to have him now step forward with the left foot into a Zenkusudachi front stance, and he will execute a left Oizuki, which is a left lunge punch. With the lunge punch, you're doing the same thing as your basic punching. You're going to strike to the center of your solar plexus. Shoulders will be square. You're going to keep your body erect, and you're going to put power into the snap by transferring your body mass forward. Ready? Moving forward. Eat. San. Itch. Go backwards. Knee. Go to Yoi. Okay, that is called a lunge punch. Now we're going to go with a left foot, front stance, hands up. Ready? Itch. Now we have a Gakuzuki, which is a reverse punch. Gakuzuki. He's going to strike with his rear hand to his solar plexus, turning it over, and he's going to turn his hips with the strike. And exhale. Ready? Ich. Ni. San. Chi. Go. Rook. And go to Yoi.